Welcome back, YouTube, to another episode here at WILDMAN Lifts. I'm your host, WILDMAN. Now on today's episode, it is a scorcher. It is so hot outside right now. We're in the middle of a really big heat wave. And so I'm going to do something crazy today and work out. But that's not the only crazy thing I'm going to be doing today, because today I'm actually going to be doing the back squat, which is fortunately in the shade underneath this awning. So I'll be safe there. But I'm also going to be doing the bench press as well. And I'm going to be doing a lot of reps. So we're going to see how well this goes today. And hopefully I don't die. So let's pop into today's workout. Let's see what we got going on. So on this very hot day for today's strength giant set, I'm going to be starting off with the back squat. But I'm going to be doing it on that really fat axle bar. And the goal is to do 6 reps and starting off light and working all the way up to a 6 rep max. But as I'm doing that, I have to be careful because of the heat and because that bar is a little bit different. I'm also going to be going over and doing the bench press once I'm done. So once I'm done doing the back squat, then I'm going to immediately go over to the bench press. And the idea is to do 6 reps as well and to work up in weight under this extreme heat and also doing a lot of reps on the back squat. And then after I'm done with the bench press, I'm going to be doing some weighted ab mat sit-ups just to make sure that I'm working the antagonistic portion and getting my core ready for all the work that it's about to do. And that's going to be the strength giant set for the day. Now you're probably wondering, what is the purpose of all of this? This guy's crazy, right? There really is no reason to do this. There's better ways to train, yada, yada, yada. Well, the reason why that I'm doing this, and it's not so crazy, right, is because I'm starting over with my strength programs. So typically, once I work up to a 1 rep max in my strength programs, then I kind of need to dial it back and start over with lighter weight so that I'm not killing myself, number one, but also that I'm giving my muscles and my nerves and my tendons and my central nervous system a break and a chance to catch up and recharge. So for me, it's always a good idea to go back and start with the 6 rep max, right? And try to see where I'm at there and give my central nervous system a break and to recover. However, what I found with myself personally is when I do that, I end up not wanting to go to the gym because it's just too light. I hate doing light weight and I hate doing a lot of reps. It's really not my favorite thing to do. I typically like to work up to a 3 rep max, 2 rep max, or 1 rep max. And that's what keeps me going back to the gym through my linear progression. So what I like to do is I like to combine 2 strength days together that kind of mesh well. So the back squat and the bench press, I feel, are really good to work out together as long as you're using light weight and multiple reps. And the last time that I did this workout, it was with a barbell that I did the back squats on, and I went to a 6 rep max. I went to 315 pounds, which is a good weight for me to do. And then I also did 280 pounds on the bench press, but that was with the axle bar. So with this workout, I'm actually switching the two. I'm making it so that I'm doing the axle bar on the back squat, and now I'm using a barbell for the bench press. But each weight is actually 5 pounds more than the last time that I did this. And when you couple that with the extreme heat, because last time I did this, it was not nearly as hot. It was actually a very nice and pretty day. This is going to be a really big test for me. And challenging myself like this is actually a great way for me to get myself to the gym and for my motivation. Otherwise, I would have really had a hard time. I probably would have taken like a whole week off or pushed it a little too hard in one of these lifts because I'm not ready to lift that max weight again. So this is a chance for me to recalibrate, but also test myself while continuing to give my central nervous system a break since the weight is a lot lighter. And really the hardest part that I was kind of facing besides the heat is mapping out which weights to put on for the back squat and also for the bench press, because I've got a limited amount of weights, right? So I'm trying to figure out the math as I'm going out, because I mapped it very specifically for the jumps I want to make, but making sure that I have enough weights or the right weights are out and that one can be on the bar. I'm not robbing from Paul to give to Peter. That was really the hardest part, was all the math I had to do. Math is hard for me, folks. You all know that. Now this is my top set that I was coming up for the day. This is 5 pounds more than I did the last time I did this workout, and it's on the axle bar. And the real thing that I'm trying to look for here is depth. That was the one thing that since I've started over squatting, I wanted to make sure that I was hitting. I want to go like about an inch below parallel, which I was very happy with this as I watched the camera, because I realized that I was below parallel each and every single rep at 320 pounds. And that's perfect because before I had to squat down to a ball in order to try to get to depth. And I was using a different kind of squatting mechanic. So now I've kind of changed my squatting mechanic, and I wanted to make sure that I was getting down to depth and that I was doing the correct breathing and bracing. So that went really great, and my legs were totally toast. And then for my top set, I was going to do 285 pounds on the bench press. And the main goal here was to hopefully on my very last rep get a little sticky. I didn't want it to be a little sticky as I went up. And each rep here was flying up. I was pushing this up, and it honestly felt like it was 225 pounds. That's how light it felt in my hands. And I got what I wanted because when I got to my last set, that was when I got a little sticky. And so it ended up being the perfect route of rep schemes all the way through. Woo, it is hot outside, but this was a really good workout. I did 5 pounds more on the last time I did this workout, so this is great. And you couple that it's 100 degrees outside right now, literally, I just checked the weather, and it's really getting to me, as you can see. So I got to lay down in the shade and try to catch my breath and recover. But the workout isn't over. Still got more stuff to do, so stick around and see what else I got planned. Now for the variation giant set, I was doing 3 rounds, and since it's a very hot day still and I was dying from the heat, as you could tell, I just decided to do a lighter weight Zercher carry with the axle bar. This is going to be able to work my back and my biceps since I've already worked my squat and my pressing. So now this is just a great way to finish off the total body movement by getting the back involved. And in between, I'm going to be doing toes to bar, which is something I haven't done in a very long time. It's a great exercise for shoulder mobility, hip mobility, and it absolutely tears apart your core. And I'm going to do box jumps as well because my legs were super tired and the Zercher carries are making my legs tired. So now I'm kind of forcing my body to jump when I don't want it to jump. And that's going to be a good explosive athletic movement to do under fatigue. Now I made a mistake actually. I was supposed to do 170 pounds on this carry, but for some reason I added another 45-pound plate to it. So I'm doing 210 pounds. And I really misjudged my math here. And the heat was really getting to me. And the bar was like sliding off my sweaty arms. So I was really struggling here. And I kind of had to take a look at my notes and I realized, oh, I was supposed to do 170 and then top out at 210. Not to do 210 pounds. So since I made that mistake, I was just kind of like, well, whatever. I already made that mistake. So let's just finish this workout strong and do it for another 210 pounds for a really strong carry. And I felt like everything combined together today was a really solid workout. And I'm really happy for how hot and sweaty I was today. I was able to hold on to that bar and do toes to bar today. I haven't done this in a very long time, and I weigh a lot more from the last time I used to do them. So the fact that I could still do them and still perform in this heat was awesome. And adding those box jumps as well, my legs were totally toast after that. Because when you have to jump, when you don't want to jump, it's very hard when your legs are tired. Now for the accessory giant set, I was doing 3 rounds, and I was trying to find every ounce of shade. So I did hitchhikers, and then I did flutter kicks, fortunately in the shade. And then for my third movement, I actually just kind of slowly within the 3 rounds started putting my equipment away. Because by the time I'm all done and have to put my equipment away and it's outside and it's hot, this turns into a very hard workout. It's kind of like a strongman loaded carry. So very fun to do at the very end and to put my weights away at the same time. All right, I'm officially dead. So it's time to get some protein, drink a lot of water, jump in the pool, and try to cool off a little bit. We appreciate everybody stopping by, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.